Mark Anderson from American Free Press.
Indeed.
He's taken over from the big man himself, Jim Tucker. May rest in peace, God rest his soul.
Indeed, one more time. Three indeed.
Indeed. And the antidote to mainstream propaganda, UK column. And it's been a great pleasure to speak to you, Mark Anderson, today.
The din in the room is hard to hear you.
Mark Anderson, you strike me as a very shrewd operator from just a few things I've been managed to earwig. I like the way you handle yourself and you talk. You're a dyed-in-the-wool, the way it should be done journalist. And you picked up a few tricks along the way. Have you any advice for young budding journalists heading out on the truth wagon?
Yes, cover everything you can firsthand, the old-fashioned way. Don't rely on the internet too heavily, and don't do too much copying of other stories. Verify, 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 and whenever you can, cover things firsthand. Don't let anyone be first in front of you between the story and your notebook. You should be in the front row, your notebook, there's the story. Don't let it get filtered and repeated and distorted by the time it reaches you or your computer.
Check, and double check. So the human sources are still face-to-face, the secret,
possible.
The car park meetings and mailing information to you. It's all coming back, isn't it? I think we were talking about the typewriter earlier. Things will come back to using the typewriter, so there's no digital tracking.
Yeah, I mean...
or writing. Oh my God, what about writing using your hand? That could come back.
You never know.
What I'm saying is, we're too dependent on technology, you think? The journalists today?
In an overly broad way. I mean, we need it for the efficiency and the way we can reach a lot of people in a short amount of time. There's a lot of good about it. It's great for like reference materials, like to read legislation or read historical documents. But when you start reading other news sources and you rely too much on them, then you're getting into shakier ground.
Yeah. So it's finding a balance.
Yeah. It's better to write your own story and interpretation and then maybe check the other papers later. Otherwise, you get a predisposition about what happened by reading the other papers. The New York Times calls itself the paper of record.
Yeah.
Be the paper of record yourself.
Be the paper.
The paper of record. The source that most people turn to first in your community, in your realm. Don't be seen as a copycat or seen as an originator.
Remain original.
As much as humanly possible, although it's not perfect.
So people can be complacent, can't they, with their dependence on technology and not check things as much.
Cut and paste, add a little of your own, cut and paste, add a little of your own.
You can get lazy?
Very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. Mark Anderson from American Free Press, thank you.
Oh, sure.
I'd love to go into this restaurant.